One of the best ways to sell a rental property for top dollar is by hiring an inspector and having a pre-inspection done on the home to discover any repairs needed and fix what you can. So the buyer doesn't have to worry about it, or it doesn't become a negotiation issue during the option period. If your investment property is financed, you have a lien on it, but you want to talk to an escrow officer before you list the house to see if there's any unknown mechanic liens on the property. Because the house is a rental, let your tenants know the property's going to be put on the market soon. They'll be a little bit concerned, so explain how their security deposit and their lease information will be transferred to the next owner. Agree for a showing schedule with your tenants. If you want to be able to sell the property, consider giving the tenant incentive by having the home cleaned weekly or some Amazon cards. Amazon card as incentive, and if everything follows through well between you both, then an Amazon card after. Want to sell your rental property and need the tenants out first? Well, the tenants still have the legal right to their lease term, so you want to let them know ahead of time, 30, 60 days, even more if possible, so they can plan their move. Once the tenants are out of the property, you can go in and assess what needs to be fixed and repaired. Bring your realtor with you to get feedback and ideas. Now is the time to hire that inspector to do a pre-inspection to see what major things might be going on with the property that need to be fixed. Then you can start any repairs, replacements, or enhancements to get that property sold. Be careful not to overspend. Got to keep your profit margin in mind. When you sell a rental property, you'll need to pay a tax on depreciation recapture on all remaining capital gains. Be aware that the depreciation recapture tax can be a maximum of 25%, while current long-term capital gains rates range from 0% to 20%, depending on your income level. Texas will not tax you on your profits and capital gains. The federal government will. So if your property is already rented with a tenant in it and you want to sell the property with the tenant as an investment property, sell it to an investor wanting to have that property as a tenant occupied property, you'll need to put together some documents like financial performance if selling with the paying clients. Now, if you've got clients that need to get out and you need to sell now, there are other things you can do, like pay the tenants to move out. I think it's called cash for keys. Look it up online. So the documents you will need are a copy of current lease or leases if you're selling a multifamily duplex, triplex rental property. Security deposit information to ensure the correct amount for closing. Recent utility bills if the landlord is paying for them. Maintenance of the property, current and prior, for 3 years. If you got 5 to 7 years, that's even better. Reports of any insurance claims that go back to 5 years. Current and previous year's tax bill. HOA documents and financial statements. Includes the Home Association profit and losses balance sheet. It may be hard to get a hold of, but try. You want seller tax returns reported to the IRS so that they can match your financial statements. People want to know the numbers are real and factual by having everything match. There are a number of reasons to sell a rental property. Owners have had the property for years, have a substantial amount of equity in the property. They just want to cash out, especially if it's a huge housing demand and people are needing houses and making offers of at list price or more. Other landlords / owners sell because the property needs substantial amount of repairs and they don't want to fix it. They sell it that way, just as is. And sometimes people have inherited the property. Somebody passed away and they had a rental property and they don't want to become a landlord. They just want to get rid of the property. If a good tenant occupies the property, it may be possible to increase the profits by selling the property in good maintenance and repair status.